reason.
To get
That did
rid of
not
that.
happen.
Just to get rid of that.
I guess. Yeah. What piece did he lose?
Bishop.
The bishop? Okay, maybe that was worth it. If he could have gotten that pawn, then it maybe would have been worth it. But now that he doesn't have the opportunity anymore. Well, the white pieces on the right side are kind of moving their way up.
This is kind of looking like a zombie apocalypse, to be honest.
I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's just, it's quantity versus quality, right?
Yeah.
A lot of really good soldiers going against a bunch of newbies.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the hand of that black pawn in the center is getting forced, because now he can't easily attack and just get away with it. Yeah.
Not necessarily. That black pawn is
Ooh,
completely
you know what though?
fine.
You know what though? That queen. Damn. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that queen can take that pawn on the right hand side and get away with it. If there's a queen behind enemy lines, ooh. If the queen can sneak behind enemy lines, that'd be.
If the queen sneaks behind enemy lines, it's GG. It can wipe out the white.
That's why when I was talking about that one king, I didn't understand why he didn't go down and then go upwards in a diagonal.
Yeah.
With the pawns in an earlier game.
At this point, I think it makes sense to sacrifice. Sacrifice your black pawn. No? Okay. I was gonna say sacrifice the black pawn to get that white piece, and then just move diagonal and keep moving diagonal, because there's only so many diagonal pieces. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, now he doesn't have the advantage anymore because that black queen isn't there to back him up. So this piece is going to die for no reason. Though that frees up the middle. Now the middle is a bit more secure.
Well, think about this. The entire goal of black is to get a piece to the back line.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That is the only way of winning.
And it's the easiest way of winning by far. I mean, obviously you could do numbers game, but...
Well, when you think about it...
Sussy.
When you think about it?
It's not saying white has an advantage.
I'm taking a look before I say anything.
Okay.
Wow, that knight is actually really fucking trapped. Holy fuck. There is no way for the knight to get out of that.
There's nothing.
There is one way to get out of that situation, and it would take 4 moves.
That knight? The knight can't go anywhere.
It could go above the the rook, and then it could go above the pawn.
Oh, well, yeah, but that would still be
if he went above the rook, then he would get taken by the white pawn, though.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see that. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, he's completely stuck at the moment.
Yeah.
And now they have that death line that's moved up.
The bishop is also kind of stuck as well.
And there is the... Yep.
So, some pieces need to be sacrificed by black, like yesterday.
But I can probably pause the game and make it more.
Oh, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm not gonna pause it, but I probably could pause it and remove
I'm assuming that would be the P button on the top right. You have the P forward and backward.
I can pause that. I don't know if I can. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the play for black right here. If he can just kind of make a hole, which there is a hole in the center opening up. So if he could somehow like expose that, I don't know how we would be able to do that in one turn though. Okay, so now he's sacrificing his knight. That's the play.
Pawn is gonna take knight. No.
Well, now his queen. Yeah, now his queen is gonna move. So.
Well, now it has to decide. Now they have to decide between do they want to protect the queen or do they want... The queen could have just gone down to the... That doesn't...
What do you mean, gone down?
Well, see, there was... Can you pause it for a second, Kyle?
Oh, wait, sorry.
Just pause it for a second. Thank you. So, in simple, the queen could have gone down to the... Because it was above the pawn, it could have gone down to the right, which would have
Yeah.
Either way, it was either horse or queen, so pick between the two.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I was gonna say. Down and right. Yeah, I was gonna say directly down. No, because there was a protecting agent right there. But down and right. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. But down and right, and that would have protected the queen and the thing that was about to go up as well.
Yeah.
From going up. But then the queen would also.
I think moving the queen to the left was one of the worst decisions because now there's basically nothing protecting the king other than. Well, there's not really anything protecting the queen, the king now.
Yeah. You're all good to keep going, by the way.
Yeah, I want to see if I can change the time.
Change the time.
Edit. 1 second. Load, edit.
All this stuff is just barely off screen.
I don't think there's time.
I'm running out of time to win, get to the end. Adjudicate to white.
Abort.
Anyways, I guess we can go back to the machines.
Okay. I mean, because we have that rook in the back row, the queen doesn't need to be where it is. The queen can relatively freely move. I think the queen would probably want to move one piece to the right, and then it would be able to go diagonally if it needed to. And then if that piece in F.
Oh, 6. I see why the queen went that way.
Yeah? What's up?
Look at its diagonal.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, well, didn't get to look at the diagonal.
Well, there goes the game. I don't even know.
Well, to be fair, I still don't know if
So its diagonal would have gone directly into the one. You know where the horse was captured? There was a white pawn right next to it, which had no diagonal white pawn, so it was going to go down to that diagonal and take that pawn.
Wait, really? It could do that?
Yeah, that's why it moved over, because it was in its diagonal.
Okay.
That makes sense. Let's take a look to see what the fuck it is going through.
Yeah, I didn't.
Alright, let me reset this.
Reset. I think honestly, yeah, like you said, just keeping everything original for black versus the 31 pawns might be balanced. Because it needs some pawns. It needs to kill some pawns to get it some breathing room.
Yeah. Like, if we went, like, full original, there would only be... If we went 31 pawns versus 10 pawns in the original set, or, not 10, 8 pawns, you would have probably the other set, the black win.
I don't know. I feel like that would definitely be, like, a potential... I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. There's a lot of pawns... But they can also sacrifice a lot of pieces, though, I guess.
It also depends on which AI, what AI is being used here as well. Does black or white have the better AI?
Yeah. I can actually change the AI.
I guess that's something we were.
I'm just wondering, are they evenly said AIs, or are they?
They have the same exact AI.
Okay.
Let me see. Adjust to. Where is God damn it.
my back.
Sounds. I thought I saw something
paradox.
that said.
God. It's like AI. So how do you think? Okay. The other AI. How do I predict what I think? Paradox.
Well, you see my brain. Use that brain. Well, how do I use your brain? By using your brain.
My brain is your brain.
Split brain patience. Dude, what if you were split brain? What if you were split brain? That'd be insane.
It tends to make things harder and easier.
I mean, obviously, with split brain, you'd be arguing with yourself. It depends on which part is you. Like, if you are the left brain, or if you're the right side of the brain, or the hemisphere, whatever you want to call it.
Well, technically, you're both.
Well, you're both if you're connected. But if you're split,
if you're split brain, you still technically have control over each brain.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, you technically are split brain because you've got your subconscious mind, which is your reflexes and shit. And so
Well,
that's not
just
exactly.
related to the nervous system.
Yeah, that's related. Well, it's also related to the nervous system and also related to like memories as well.
Ah, there's the list.
I mean, if you want to, I feel like what's
2009.
underrated is usually when people talk
This
about
is
the
old.
brain. Usually, when people talk about the brain, they associate just the part in the top of your head. But in reality, your brain is kind of, in a way, your whole nervous system.
Well, it's mostly because of all your nervous system is stored in your brain, or how to use it.
Yeah. That being said, I guess it would be misleading because, you need your brain to survive, but you don't need the entirety of your organs or your nervous system to survive. Like you can live without an arm, and if you don't have that arm, then obviously you wouldn't have the nervous system that leads to the arm.
Then again, a brain detached from its heart has never been properly done.
I suppose, but obviously there has to be a level of disconnect from, your brain versus other parts that, like, just because it requires it to function, I would not say your brain and the heart are the same, obviously. But I would say that the necessary parts of your brain are the parts that connect to the heart, and those are the only necessary parts.
Have we figured out how hearts actually pump out blood?
Well, they turn like oxygen into like power, right? Don't they? Like it takes the energy from the lungs that turned it into that it was oxygen. It turns it into adenosine triphosphate, and then that adenosine triphosphate makes it so that the heart is able to produce blood cells.
Interesting. God, it's just so weird to think about it. That
I agree, though. Yeah.
Your entire body works together to fucking essentially live.
It works really hard. Like, I'm really glad so much of what you do is manual. Like, you literally could not die automatic, not manual. You literally would die if everything that your body had to do was manual. Like, you manually had to exert energy to pump blood from your heart to the other parts of your body. You would die. Because if you were, like, unconscious or sleeping, then that wouldn't happen, and you would die. Or, manually breathing or manually doing other bodily functions like putting food down your stomach. Like your body does so much for you. It's incredible.
I mean, in theory, technically you don't have to eat or drink. It is possible. In theory, it is possible. There's one person who's done it. He's lived 41 years without eating or drinking.
I mean, yeah, you can technically get your substance without eating or drinking. It's just eating or drinking is the best and easiest way to do it, and also the least risky. Any other methods are risky as hell.
I mean, theoretically, you can live off of air. It's just the fact that you are unable to do most things.
Whoops.
Your body can live off of pure air.
Here, I want to go back to what I was saying for a point. Wait, why are you getting rid of all the pawns?
Or you want to just do?
Yeah, just keep all the pawns. Keep all the pawns.
Okay.
Oh,
you can just reset the board if that's faster. Just
I can.
Yeah, new game exactly, and then
just white.
Yeah, just give white 31
pawns.
Yeah.
Or 32 if you want.
No, I don't think he needs 32.
Just get rid of the king.
just get rid of the literal win condition.
I mean, no, because at that point
you would just have to get rid of all of the white pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Wait.
And the king is just essentially a pawn that can move in any direction.
Wait, say.
Dude, 31 kings.
31 kings. Oh my god.
32 kings.
I mean, I wonder if you have multiple kings, what is the win condition? Is it when one of the kings is checkmated? Is it if all of the kings are checkmated? I'm actually curious. I don't know.
Kyle.
What?
Real quick before this, can you just set it up where one side has a king and 4 queens, and the other side has 2 kings? That's it.
I mean, we were already whatever, fine. Since he's already removing the pieces, fine. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
We could have done that
Okay,
after the fact. Well,
Yeah, we could. But okay.
Well,
Also,
I want to see what
if you look-
I want to see what
if you look
multiple
up
win
on top,
conditions
you
are.
see flute and
Pulsar.
pulsar. It's going against different AIs now.
okay.
I
I'm just
see.
made it. So two.
Two kings versus, what'd you say, 4 queens?
No. Yeah, 2 kings versus 4 queens.
The other side will have
Nope, you went
the
too
king
far.
as well.
There you go.
Just 4 queens.
No king. So replace the king with a queen, is what,
Yeah, just 4
Lily's
queens
trying to say.
altogether.
if it'll even
And
let you start the game.
Yeah, if it'll even let you start the game. If it doesn't let you start the game, that means that you need a win condition. If not, let's do 32 points versus just the normal.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Start.
Engine. No, wait, 1 second. Engine. Is it engine?
Actually,
No.
now that I think
it's
about it, will
action.
engines be
No,
able
it's
to do
not.
this properly? Because the engine's main goal is to protect their win condition.
No. It
won't
does.
let
It's
you.
just.
Yeah, it just says
I
the game's
expected.
over because
Yeah, okay, so
the
then
pieces can't move.
it needs at least a 1 king, so...
Okay. Alright, so
Yeah.
just do the 31 thing again, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I was more wondering what would happen.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, what
Yeah, I
would
was gonna
be...
say, what? You're moving the pieces.
Yeah, I was
don't know
more
what I was
wondering
doing.
what would happen when you had multiple win conditions.
You got rid
like-
of the other pawns again.
You want to keep the pawns?
Yeah, keep the pawns.
Okay.
That's what he said last time.
Yeah,
just
Oh, I didn't hear it.
New game. Okay, yeah, no, just only mess with the white pieces. Replace the, yeah, exactly. Gotcha.
Hey, Winter.
Yeah.
Or, well, Wilson, sorry. Can we talk later? Like, just one-on-one?
When is later?
Okay,
I have
sure.
to ask you some stuff.
Alright.
Wait, this is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Engine.
I love how we're
Let's
both
see
all
this.
bonding over chess.
Dude, I was playing chess with Karina a couple of days ago, and she was like getting interested in chess for the first time. I'm like, you haven't been playing chess? And I was
Dude.
getting interested in chess too because I wanted to beat her
Dude.
ass.
I love chess, and I know how to
wanna
play it.
beat
I don't know how to
Raft.
play it well, but when I was trying to date Toast, holy fuck, he kicked my ass so hard in chess. He trains. It's scary. He's
Hey,
really
I mean,
good at
if you're talented in chess, more power to you. I don't like chess that much. I don't care. You know, if you're good at chess, that's great. I'm not good. I'm not great at it. I know about how to play the game, and that's about it. And I'm okay.
I know
with
the
that.
rules. I know the rules and how things work. I don't know anything
I
past
try
that.
to think strategically. Like, I try and think, if I move this piece here, then this piece can take that, and then this piece can take that. But, you know, what the hell did you do?
You know what? I don't know.
Did you do a
what
texture pack?
I think I did. I don't know.
You turned
What the
the
fuck?
you turned the
Yeah,
bishops
yeah,
into
elephants.
elephants.
And the kings
Whoa.
into kings
What?
of a different
What?
kind.
You know what?
Well,
Let
the
me
queens.
just see.
The kings are the
Like,
same, I
Queen.
think.
The
Yeah, the
queens
queens
are
are.
now
Uh,
religious figures.
this is our first time ever doing this program because.
I mean, you had it like 90% there, and then you just click something, and now it's all gone. I'm like, what? Shit.
View. Is
Board
it
theme.
board theme? Board themes. Yeah.
Ooh, now
Oh,
it's
it's
green
still-
and yellow.
Oh, no.
That is
No,
gross.
this.
Literally looks
Oh.
like vomit.
You know what? Fuck you.
Oh, I know what I can do.
What do you mean? It
Dude,
was
this-
fine. I'm just saying it looks gross.
Dude, this is the first time I've been able to pop my screen out.
No. I'm.
I can put it on my... Dude, this is fucking amazing. Sorry. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but it makes my
We
life
sure
so
can't.
much easier. So, in simple, I'll try to share it. So I'll just share screen 3. Because this shows it the best.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that worked. Nope, that didn't work. Now
mean,
it's share.
no,
Oh
you're
wait,
sharing-
I need to
yeah.
share screen. No, I need to share screen 2. So this is screen 2. Don't
Okay.
mind the paradox.
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 Fractals.
The
Fractals.
infinite,
Give me those fractals.
the infinite, wavy. Yeah, it's actually funny. So Surge, like Kyle is red, but it eventually becomes orange.
Yep.
Yep.
It's because of color defragmentation.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
is that orange to you? Well, I don't know.
Oh, it's just kind of like orangish red. That's what you're.
Well, to me,
Yeah,
I'm blind, so-
yeah.
Wait, you're
No,
black?
myself, I'm red.
Oh no, you're red,
So
Serge.
just.
We go
No, it's
eyes, we
not
go like
red.
this.
It's like a lightish red. I don't know. It's more light red. I
It's
don't even
less
know.
saturated red than your red. Your red
Well-
is very saturated, bright red, but
Well,
Serge
what
is
I'm-
also red.
What I'm trying to say is I'm black to me. Like, I don't know why I'm red to you, because I'm black to me.
Holy fuck, that's weird.
Fractals. Fractals.
Whoops.
Yay, I'm back live.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
you are? Let me
Yeah,
see.
let me just
Kyle, come here.
change the
Guess what,
engines.
Kyle? We have infinite
What?
chest probabilities now.
That's
What do you
amazing.
mean?
Let's go on grid.
Because
Grid is much
Because Lily was
better.
looking at your stream an infinite amount of times, that's why. Because of the fractals.
There we go.
Let's do Cyclone because Food does not like it. Let's do.
Oh yeah,
let's do.
that's this. I'm gonna bring this over to my normal monitor now. My main monitor.
Cyclone hates it.
This one.
Cyclone hates it. Cyclone hates that.
Yeah.
What color am I?
You're
I'm
like
showing you on my thing.
You're blue.
lavender.
Yeah, lavender blue.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
not exactly lavender yet.
It's like
No, I
lavender
know.
indigo.
It's more
would
of a
say that's
blue to
more
my
accurate, yeah.
eyes.
Alright,
like
so what did you
Blue mixed
change?
with indigo lavender.
Indinder.
Did you change the bots?
Yeah, I'm just gonna change the bots because the
Oh.
Food Thingamaboogie hates custom things.
Ah,
Oh.
okay.
Was Lily.
Yeah.
Apparently,
assuming that was an
myself
accident.
the music.
Mm-hmm.
Did I
Okay.
mess anything up, guys?
No.
Okay.
Don't change
Well,
this.
what
but I
bots did
think
you have when we were doing the 31 versus 2?
the
Was that F max?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the F Thingamaboogie is.
That's okay. This
That
is
was
fine though.
that's yeah.
Winter no falling asleep. That's rude.
No being white, that's rude.
Damn it.
Well,
Well, I guess I just have to accept the fact that I'm rude and just embrace it and become a rude
Okay.
ass
Hopefully
person
these
forever.
bots
Winter, no
will
falling asleep,
allow
got
me.
it?
What, Lily?
No falling asleep.
Okay.
No falling asleep. No.
If you don't want like the super cute and subby version of me, don't fall asleep.
What do you
I like
call?
the super cute and subby version of you.
Exactly. So
No,
don't
you
fall
don't.
asleep.
You hate it because you never acknowledge it.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was the opposite. I thought you were doing
I
reverse
just can't
psychology.
acknowledge it. I'm sorry.
You can acknowledge it.
Here's a question. What's the
Okay.
opposite of fall? Raise? I don't know. I feel like that doesn't have the same kind of.
The opposite of fall
Yeah.
is get up.
I guess, yeah, get up. And if you say
Or
fucking
rise.
spring, I'll kick your ass. Okay, raise. Okay.
What?
I'll give
What's
you a
the
raise.
opposite of
Never
what?
mind. You know what? I'm just gonna do
The opposite
that.
of winter is summer.
Ascend.
I did.
The opposite of ascend is
Descend.
Fall.
The opposite of
Falling.
ascend is descend. What do you mean?
Well, because if an angel falls, then they're
Ascent.
falling. If somebody ascends to
descent.
heaven, they're ascending.
well,
Nobody
well,
descends
No.
from heaven. They fall from heaven.
Yeah, but Jesus rose to heaven, aka rise.
I mean, fall is all relative, right? Fall just means go in the direction towards the center of
Fall is more
gravity.
Yeah, fall has to do with the concept of gravity. Ascending and descending. Ascending has two meanings. It means going up, and
Yeah,
in
but
an
what does up mean,
extraterrestrial.
though?
Float. Float is
Well,
the opposite of fall.
Well, up. Okay, so up comes from the concept of having direction. So what is the opposite of direction?
Scalar.
Huh?
I mean, I
Scalar.
guess. I don't know if they're opposites, but they're not the same thing. I will agree.
The opposite
Scalar quantities do have their own independent ability to be calculated outside of direction. Because, I mean, if you add scalar and direction, I see what you're going for. You're doing, like, vectors, right? Because if you do
Yeah.
scalar plus direction, it's a vector. But I don't think that just because it's missing, I don't think just because it's missing a component of what makes a different thing isn't necessarily make it an opposite, right?
Well, think about this. Think about in a three-dimensional plane.
Alright, I'll be
you have
right
a
back.
dot, and then you have an arrow going off that dot. That is considered a direction. What is the opposite of that?
The opposite of direction is.
Well, I mean,
is
lack of
being
direction, I
lost.
suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being
It'd be well, yes, being
Absence of
lost.
object. Yeah.
And so, how do you relate being lost to up, or rather, the opposite of being?
Well,
So what is it?
all I'm trying to point out is that if you're talking about
Mhm.
relative stuff, the opposite of up is down. But if you're talking
Yes.
about like in a globalized direction market, up doesn't necessarily have any specific direction, right? Like if you're out in the middle of space, nowhere, trapped, up could be anywhere, you know?
Up would be any
up would
direction, and
be-
down would be. No.
At that
up
point, up would
would
be
be above.
whatever direction your head is able to point up towards, because
Well,
that
then
would
that would
be
be
your
relative
only.
to you, I guess.
Yes, it
Yeah,
would
at
be
that
relative
point.
to you, because you would be the only person out in space able to make any sense of anything, and in order to make any sense of anything, you would need to be able to use your eyes. And don't even get me started on the fact that the way that we perceive the world is upside down.
That's true.
Well, even if you were stuck in space, if you had nothing around you to perceive anything, there would be no way to tell what is up and down. You would not be able to tell you were looking up from looking down.
Yeah, but
The only thing that would tell you would be your nervous system.
Or your body, you could look it down at your body.
No, your body would not. Without light, there is no way to see yourself.
Yeah, then you'd be pretty aimless. You wouldn't know what was up or down.
do you still have a nervous system and can you still feel?
Yeah, that would be the only thing that would tell you up from down, and then it
Yeah.
would be perceptive to you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Because then if I was going to say
my
up is in the down is in the direction of down is in the in general, like especially if you're talking about in space, down is in the direction that the rest of your body goes, like where your legs and everything goes. Like if you're out in space, where would down be? It would be towards where your feet are. I accidentally clicked another general when trying to click voice.
That's fine. It'd be towards whatever gravitational pull your body is being pulled towards, which would bring your feet to the ground. Not necessarily feet to the ground, but
Can I say
in reality,
Black is doing much better.
That is true.
but in a general concept, technically, even on Earth, down isn't where our feet are. Technically,
no,
down
I
could
never
be
said
on
it
our
was.
back.
That's why I'm saying, like, it's if you were in outer space and whatnot and had no, a reference point for any kind of direction.
Yeah, in space, you would be completely out of direction.
Yeah.
Even with light. Even with light and being able to see yourself, the concept of down comes from gravity at this point.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Get down and out with me.
Can I point out though, as we were talking about, were you trying to say get down and out with you? What's going on?
No. What?
Winter's horny and sleepy, which I told her not to be.
I'm so sorry.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that, like, in general, or not in general, but it's interesting.
You're
like when you
talking
talk
to me.
about
Eyes, not Sergey. Because I said that Winter and her.
I don't know.
Person.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I was the one who said Winter and her. You heard it wrong.
Yeah. It was Lily that said that, not me.
And also, it's gonna take a while because I'm used to Winter's voice, like I said.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not gonna get into that right now. Here's what I'll say though. It's interesting because, when it comes to your brain. I guess, and if you're trying to be like technical about it, the only parts about your brain that you really need are, I guess, the hippocampus and all the other like actual parts of the actual brain, and then the nervous system that connects to the heart vessel, right? Like those are the parts that you need.
Well, not even necessarily the heart, because theoretically, if you could make a artificial heart,
Hey,
Bagels.
you could theoretically make an artificial heart and connect it to the brain, that would work as well.
Okay, so let me rephrase that then. The parts of the nervous system that allow, or not even necessarily the nervous system, but the parts of any type of like veins or whatever that connect to a source of power and energy for the brain to consume, right? Whether that be a heart or an artificial heart or whatever the case may be, it needs to be able to get and receive and pump blood to your brain. Like a brain by itself wouldn't be able to think. It needs power and energy from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like if you connect it to a tube, which is why I always look at the thing about, like if you ever played Black Ops 2 Origins, and like they have the Maxis drone machine where you put his brain in like a tube. I'm like, that's not how it works because it's not connected to anything. Like I get it. It's like I don't know why I'm saying that's the unrealistic part when there's fucking zombies in World War I, which clearly didn't happen.
Nah, well, you see, Steve's never played Black Ops 2 Origins. Totally not.
Shut the fuck up. I beat that with you.
Never played it.
Didn't you show me the achievement of you beating it?
Yes, I did.
Never played it.
Other than that, another thing is speaking of the Maxis drone, it's in a specific liquid as well, which it could be another thing that we could put brains in and actually make the liquid be the chemicals that the brain needs.
Yeah,
which is its own fucking theory. God damn it. I whole 100% believe that there is a possible way that you can connect a brain to a machine and have the brain functioning. I 100% believe that. If you're able to have, parts that are able to mimic the other parts of the body, like the veins and the blood or the heart or whatever.
Wow, king move.
But
there's already machines that can simulate humanoid nerves and connect directly to the brain.
The main problem when it comes to stuff like that is you're having at that point if you're gonna connect a machine to a brain, you're gonna have to reprogram the brain to work with the machine.
Oh yeah,
and that in its own problem is a problem because we don't fully understand every technicality
not necessarily.
of the brain.
As long as the nerves of the machine properly correlate with the human body, then it works. Like, there's robotic arms now that can attach, like if you're missing a limb, there's robotics substitutes that can attach directly and just attach to the nervous system. And simulate human nerves with technology. And theoretically, you could do that with an entire body.
We're not there yet, Bagel. We're close.
No, we are. The problem isn't, the technology. The problem is money.
Well, I mean,
and the fact that nobody wants to put themselves through that.
I mean, even if that were to be the case, though, like, how would you be able to definitively prove it? Like, if you were to put your brain, like, sure, you can say this is hypothetically what it should be, but until somebody actually connects their brain to a machine and then, says as the brain in the machine, hey, I am a functioning thing and my experiment worked, then how will we know that brain is functioning in the same way that we would consider it to be functioning? Like, just because
it's still a brain.
Yeah, but a brain is essentially useless if it isn't able to communicate and receive information. Like, that's the whole point of a brain, and if it isn't able to do that, then is it really it's dead. It's
communicating and receiving information is the brain. Besides, the eardrum, your sinus, and nerves.
Yeah, but you don't need necessarily all of that stuff, but what you need is your brain to be able to receive information somehow. It could be digitally, it could be via stimulus, like with us for humans, we have stimulus where we can touch, smell, hear, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but those communicate to your brain directly through nerves, which we've already been able to technologically simulate.
Yeah,
it's already possible.
Yeah, but we can't necessarily just replace all of the nerves because we don't know how every nerve interacts with every other nerve. We just don't, because we haven't fully mapped, what exactly a brain would be able to do in terms of like a computer. Like, we know what a brain is, we know the parts of the brain and everything. We are not able to replicate a brain using like technology, not in the same way at least. If that's the case, then how would you know for a fact that if you were to connect someone to like a a faux brain, that
Oh,
brain
I think this is
actually,
GG.
Oh yeah, it's GG too. That the brain is actually receiving information. If you're not able to receive the information, like if it's receiving information, that doesn't really mean too much to us if it's not able to tell us, hey, it received that information, right? It's like if you
Alright,
ask your
define
calculator,
receiving information.
like being able, like if you say, like here's an example, right? If you tell this artificial brain, if you can hear me, like make a sound or something like that. If that brain doesn't make a sound, that doesn't tell you whether or not it received the information. All it tells you is that it wasn't being able to provide the sound. You don't know
So
if
you're
it's...
talking about a technological brain.
When I'm talking, did the game just end?
Yeah, it ended with a checkmate with the
You
queen.
talking about
went
a
down.
human brain or technological brain?
What I'm talking about is how would we be able to translate the nerves inside of a human brain into being able to translate that into information digitally via like wires or whatever the case may be, right? And obviously the answer is we don't know, because nobody's been able to, transmit information from a real brain.
You know, we can monitor brain activity on every level,
You
right?
can monitor brain activities, but it's not like it can read your thoughts. That's the thing. It can't read your thoughts.
No.
And like obviously, I guess you do have a certain point. Is that like one way that you can communicate is by thinking in a specific way. Like if you monitor your brain activity and if you're thinking about some things, then it'll go to one part of your brain. Whereas if you're thinking about other things, then other parts of your brain will have more energy and will be highlighted. I agree with that. And if you want to resort to that, then I suppose that that's fair enough. I'll give you that actually. Like if you think about something, you can monitor the brain to see if that correlates with what other people's brain is thinking about. But if you're thinking about a new abstract concept that hasn't been thought of by anyone else before, then you wouldn't be able to present that new information.
I missed the entire first part of this conversation. What exactly is the subject?
Basically, I was trying to say that we kind of got off the rails hardcore, but I was trying to talk about how technically your brain isn't just the part that's in your head. Your brain is also all of the nerves in your body that connect to all of the rest of your body.
No, that's your nervous system.
Well, yeah, but your nervous system is technically a part of your brain, because your nervous system wouldn't be able to exist.
Not.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be able to exist without your brain.
Yeah, neither would the entire rest of your body.
Well, yeah, but
the nervous
rest
system
of your
is not part of your brain. The brain can theoretically exist without the nervous system, and the nervous system can technically exist without the brain. Your nervous system is your nervous system.
I mean,
your brain is your brain.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that your brain needs to be able to connect to something else outside of the brain in order to exist, right? Like there has to be some kind of nerves or something that is connected to something else. In this case, it just so happens to be connected to the heart, and the heart is pumping blood to your brain so that it can function.
Yeah, if you're talking about the brain getting the energy, yeah, that's from blood.
Yeah, and if the brain has to be able to receive all of that stuff, I guess it depends on what an arbitrary definition of what you want to consider your brain to be, right? Like, is vital parts outside of the brain that would need to exist for the brain to function also part of the brain? It could technically be, because it could technically be considered a part of the brain, especially if it has interaction with it.
The brain technically doesn't need your body.
It doesn't need your body, but it does need something. It does need to be able to...
It needs energy, yeah. As you were talking about the Maxis drone, that's already theoretically possible. There's just no way to employ it to control the drone without connecting the brain to some sort of nervous system that it doesn't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, but what I'm saying is that there's going to be some kind of, like, you're not gonna, like, stick an object inside of a brain, and then the brain is going to be able to, you know, electronically transmit information. I mean, maybe that is the case, but I don't think it is. Based off of our understanding of the human body, the brain has to be connected to a power source directly, right? Like there has to be veins or like nerves or whatever the case may be that is sent up to a power source of sorts. In order for it to function, because unlike other parts of the body, humans, as of our current understanding of humans, they can't live without a brain. They can, or if they can't exist without the current status of their brain, right? Like brain transplants aren't a thing. You can transplant your heart. You can live without a heart because you can have a heart transplant. You can take the heart out and shit like that, right? But
yeah, no
your
shit,
brain,
because you quite literally are your brain. Your entire existence and consciousness is your brain.
exactly.
Theoretically, if you were to move your brain into another body,
What the stream
could
stuff
work completely.
Well, if you were to transfer your brain into another body, yeah, I think so. I think that could theoretically work.
You are your brain.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. But
Like,
I guess the challenge would come into connecting the nerves in such a way that they would be able to function and cooperate and grow with that.
You as a human is quite literally a pink ball driving a bone
Meat wagon.
mech with a driving a bone mech with a
Meat skeleton.
meat armor.
Meat armor, right?
Yeah,
That's what that meme
that's all a
was.
human is.
No, yeah, I mean,
So-
obviously, like, a human is basically nothing other than the brain.
Like, if you were to take out your eardrums, you wouldn't hear anything. You were to take out your eyes, you wouldn't see anything. You could be a brain without anything, and you would still be conscious.
That's
Like,
true.
if you lost all your senses, you would still be conscious. A brain could theoretically be self-sustaining, if given the proper nutrients, like in the Maxis drone. If it wasn't connected to the drone, and the nutrient mixture that the drone was carrying the brain inside of, technically, if there was such a nutrient mixture that could work as blood, then, I mean, you could just be a conscious human, but you're really just a purple ball floating around in a tub of green shit.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'll give you that. That does make sense.
A brain can
In
just
which case,
be a brain.
at what parts, in what way does your brain relate to the rest of your body? Like, if you were to put your brain inside of a different person, then you would just become that. Well, you wouldn't really become that person, but you would essentially take over that person's body. And
Yeah, that body would be controlled by your brain.
yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Okay.
You would just connect to the. I mean, all you would have to do is connect
Anyway,
it to
anyways,
the other body.
you know why I got this chess application?
You should post a link of the chess thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I should. But you know the reason why I downloaded it?
Why did you download it?
Because I figured out that chess.com allows me to save my games from from its website. But I didn't have what was that file? What is it? Load game. I didn't have a. Oh, it didn't even tell me what the. We won it. So I downloaded that. You want the? Where should I put it?
Coding, I think, right? Hashtag coding or hashtag games. Depends on if it's a file or if it's a download.
Coding. Oh yeah. I think it'd be fine. Oh, it's a application.
If it's an application, maybe gaming over coding.
Okay, I'll just put it down in gaming.
I was thinking that it was maybe just like a file, and then you export the file and do stuff with it.
Yeah, it's an application. Well, not an application. You have to extract the WIN from the, what is it called?
Oh, okay, okay.
From the application itself, the launcher.
I see. Man, and to think I was gonna play more GTA tonight.
Yeah, it works.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's of course free, so it was it looks very, very old.
All
So
right.
you know what? I'd rather want a free application than buying a $60 chess application just to look at chess.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Well, see you later.
Peace.
Peace.